Peter Thiel may have made a mistake. Monopoly concerns are rising like never before. And now, there are only a handful owning the company. This is absurd and pretty much getting out of control. Is this even legal? Why is this even happening? And what can we do about this? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. As you may already know, Peter Thiel, the chairman of Palantir, has made a bold statement lately. He was a speaker at the All-In Summit. And here, he said something that's a bit controversial but makes sense. Thiel talked about AI companies and how they could become commodities. What does he mean by this? Thiel might have said this to emphasize the fact that all AI companies will start to look the same over time. When a product becomes a commodity, it's no longer unique. And here's why that's important to remember. Customers choose based on price rather than quality or innovation when facing products that are commodities. How does this apply to Palantir? Well, in Thiel's view, many AI companies are offering similar tools and services, and this is making it hard for them to stand out. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. He said something that's even more delicate. According to Chairman Peter Thiel, if a company wants to win, it must figure out how to become a monopoly. And this somehow makes sense. If a company that produces products that will soon become a commodity, the company that remains will most likely be buying all the other competitors and will soon become a monopoly. According to him, you achieve this by being contrarian and thinking long-term. This message is important for Palantir. To some, it's encouraging to hear because Palantir already follows some of these principles. They don't just focus on what everyone else is doing. Palantir takes big risks by working with sectors like government and defense, which many tech companies avoid. They aren't chasing short-term gains. Instead, they are building a business designed to last for years, even decades. And they're trying their best not to become just any other AI company. And here's what's exciting. Being contrarian helps Palantir stand out in the crowded tech space. While many companies are competing to offer similar AI products, Palantir focuses on specialized, high-impact software that is hard to replicate. They don't just provide tools, they provide solutions that integrate deeply into their clients' operations, making them essential partners. Aside from the products themselves, the way they do sales is also unique. They always include their engineers in the process of acquiring more clients. Thinking long-term is also key. Palantir's focus on creating deep relationships with government agencies and industries gives them an edge. They're not just making quick sales. They are building systems that clients will rely on for years. This approach can help Palantir avoid the commoditization of AI, as their solutions are harder to replace or copy. In the end, Thiel's ideas are a great fit for Palantir. They're already moving in the right direction to secure their place as a market leader. However, here's the catch. While Peter Thiel meant the statement to be good for the company, it seems like it's now doing the opposite. Instead of the monopoly being owned by the believers of Palantir and other shareholders, the contrary has now happened. So, what's the problem here? Well, for one, several institutions and huge funds now control a huge part of Palantir. And this is just growing on a daily basis. More huge corporations and investment banks hold Palantir shares, and they might soon have the power to dictate where the company goes. When at the start, Palantir is supposed to be for the people and the early believers and investors of the company. But now, billionaires are starting to grow their hold of Palantir. One of the recent purchases into the company is that of billionaire Ken Griffin. He recently made a significant move in his portfolio, selling more than 9 million shares of NVIDIA and shifting his focus to Palantir. This is big news because Griffin, through his hedge fund Citadel, has been known for making smart, well-timed investments. NVIDIA has been a dominant player in the AI space, but Griffin's decision to sell 79% of his NVIDIA holdings and buy Palantir shares instead has caught many people's attention. They increased their stake in Palantir by adding more than 5 million shares. And, as mentioned earlier, there are far lesser shares now available for the normal everyday trader. It might even get to a point where it's too late to buy soon. So, why is Griffin making this shift now? The answer lies in what Palantir is doing in the AI space. Palantir is not your typical AI company as mentioned earlier. While NVIDIA focuses more on hardware and chips that power AI, Palantir operates in a different part of the AI world. They specialize in enterprise software, offering 4 key platforms: Foundry, Gotham, Apollo, and AIP. These platforms are used to analyze and manage vast amounts of data, and they're crucial for both the US defense and the private sector. And this is just the beginning. What makes Palantir special is how it's applying AI to real-world problems. Palantir's software isn't just about fancy algorithms. It's about making better decisions based on data. The U.S. defense sector, for example, uses Palantir's tools for mission planning and intelligence gathering, while businesses use it to improve efficiency and decision-making. No other company can do what Palantir does. This gives Palantir a unique role in the AI space that's hard for competitors to replicate. And here's what's even more interesting. Over the last few years, Palantir has benefited from the growing focus on AI. As AI became a hot topic, the demand for Palantir's services has grown. Investors have taken note, especially as the company's revenue has picked up. But it's not just about growth. Palantir has also improved its financial health. This is where Palantir's strength lies. They've become more profitable, expanding their margins and showing they can consistently make money. This is important because it shows that Palantir is not just a promising tech company, but one that can deliver solid financial results. Ken Griffin's decision to buy Palantir now makes sense when you look at where the company is headed. Palantir is well-positioned in a world where AI is becoming more important every day. Their platforms are essential for organizations that need to make sense of large, complex datasets, whether for national security or business operations. And with AI only expected to grow in significance, Palantir's role is likely to expand. This sounds all good, especially since in most cases, large whales like these rarely buy something in bulk. And when they do, this means that the company has tons of potential in the future. Here's the downside to this news, however. It seems like more and more billionaires, big funds, and huge institutions are grabbing Palantir's shares, and there's nothing left for those who first trusted the company. This might not be aligned with what Peter Thiel thought the company should be. But if the normal everyday trader is able to get their hands on some Palantir shares, then they still might have a chance of growing with the company. In fact, the stock has gained so much attention. But we still need to remember this. Palantir now is still very volatile. It's not surprising to see swings of 5% up or down, even without any major news. A lot of the expectations for Palantir's future success are already priced into the stock, which means sudden movements can happen with little reason. However, according to a quick survey on X, people don't believe we'll see Palantir drop below $20 again. This is contrary to what some people who missed out on the stock want to happen. Unless something drastic like a major recession hits, Palantir is already riding high and could continue growing in the foreseeable future. The stock has built strong momentum, and its growth in AI and enterprise software keeps pushing it forward. But with all the hype, some volatility is natural. Investors should be prepared for it. Still, Palantir's long-term potential remains strong. As long as the company keeps growing and delivering, the dips we see now may just be temporary, rather than signs of deeper problems. Keep an eye on the bigger picture, not just the daily price swings. Especially since there are now analysts that are giving Palantir's stock a bit of a downgrade. For example, Raymond James, an investment banking company, recently downgraded Palantir from outperform to market perform. Their analyst, Brian Gesuale, explained that while the firm is still excited about Palantir's long-term role in AI, the stock needs time to settle after its massive gains. But what do you think about this? Let us hear your thoughts in the comments. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like this video, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.